Shooting a movie takes a lot of hard work, and the cast and crew put in long hours to be able to craft the final masterpiece. Although all the shots are usually planned out, bloopers and mistakes are inevitable. Sometimes these outtakes can be annoying, and sometimes they can be totally awesome and make for a fantastic gag reel for the film. For this video, we're taking a look at some of the best, for our list of 10 hilarious bloopers and outtakes that should have made the movie. Enjoy this video and be sure to click the subscribe button below for more awesome CBR content. The Avengers. When you look through the gag reel of Marvel's super movie The Avengers, there seems to be one common theme: dancing. It seems like this star-studded cast was always in the mood to shake it on set, and the camera captured the actors dancing around on numerous occasions. There's footage of Chris Evans wiggling around in his Captain America suit and some epic clips of Jeremy Renner fist-pumping with his Hawkeye attire on. While we don't think the movie should have had a big dance number, it would have been fun to leave a few of these moments in to add some levity to the characters. Regardless of the final decision, it definitely looks like it was a lot of fun to be on the set of The Avengers. Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the biggest surprise hits of 2016, and people are still clearly talking about it as it just received Golden Globe nominations. The action was great, but it was really the biting R-rated comedy that set the movie apart. While Ryan Reynolds delivered most of the most memorable lines, the outtakes to the movie showcase just how funny longtime comedian TJ Miller really is. The gag reel shows Miller delivering line after line of hilarious descriptions of what Deadpool looks like after the surgery. The final cut of the film only included one of these lines, which is too bad because they're all a must-see. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. By the time the cast of the Harry Potter movie franchise was shooting the last two films, they had all become serious pros. That, of course, doesn't make them immune to having hilarious slip-ups and missteps, and the blooper reel for Deathly Hallows Part 2 revealed one particularly funny moment. Harry and Hermione enter the scene and stare forward intensely, and then out of nowhere, Ron comes charging in and tackles Hermione. Clearly, actor Rupert Grint had miscalculated his speed or power and has smashed into Emma Watson way harder than he needed to. The cast and crew all started to laugh, and it's truly one of those scenes where you aren't sure if you're watching Rupert Grint or Ron Weasley for real. X-Men: Days of Future Past. We think that there may be something about playing a Marvel character that makes actors want to dance around on set a lot, because the gag reel of X-Men: Days of Future Past definitely shows off a lot of the cast's dance moves. From Magneto to Quicksilver, everyone seems to be getting down between takes, and it definitely looks like they're having a good time. While the dancing could probably have ruined some more serious and intense scenes, we think that some of it could have been placed strategically to add some funny quirks to some of the characters. Now that the dancing skills of these actors have been revealed to the world, maybe Fox will use them to their advantage in the coming films. They kinda need it. Jurassic World. Chris Pratt has blossomed into one of the biggest and most sought-after action stars in the world, with leading roles in movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, The Magnificent Seven, Passengers, and Jurassic World. His roots, however, are still in comedy and improvisation, and he is not shy to let his hilarious side out when on set for these blockbuster flicks. In the outtakes for Jurassic World, the camera catches Chris Pratt goofing around before some of his big scenes by stretching and swinging his leg in the air. Some other actors may say that this is part of their careful pre-scene routine, but with the goofy smile on Pratt's face, this is clearly just a hilarious gag. This is the end. Some might argue that This Is the End is just one long gag reel showcasing comedian friends just having fun together. While this may be true, the movie did actually come together pretty well, along with being obviously hilarious. So many ridiculous lines made it to the final cut that it's hard to believe that anything was left out. But when we looked at the gag reel, we found some comedy gems. One outtake that should have been in the final cut came when Jonah Hill is possessed by the demon and is on top of Seth Rogen. He starts yelling ridiculous and crude things that he wants to do to Seth, and the scene is absolutely hilarious. He takes a few tries at the line, but ultimately keeps breaking down into laughter. You'd think the Oscar-nominated actors could show a little more control than that. Inglourious Basterds. The choice to cast renowned comedian Mike Myers as Nazi Commander General Ed Fennick in Tarantino's award-winning Inglourious Basterds was definitely an interesting one. While Myers is a great actor, Tarantino must have known that he would bring some ridiculous moments to the set of the film, and the blooper reel shows that to be true. In one moment, Myers breaks character in a scene where he is laying out the plan for the Nazis, and just begins to start swearing and saying, "Hi, Sally." The scene actually could have worked in the bizarre Tarantino world, but in the end, he left it on the gag reel. This is 40. This is 40 is another classic comedy hit helmed by Judd Apatow and his usual cast of comedians such as Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, and his wife Leslie Mann. Audience members are used to seeing these actors together, but they might have been thrown off when bombshell Megan Fox showed up in the film. It can be argued that she was mostly used for her sex appeal, but she actually did a pretty good and convincing job in the role. Most of the time. In one hilarious blooper, the tape shows Leslie Mann playing with Fox's big boobs and delivering a funny line about what she would do to them. The joke is too much for Fox, and she totally breaks character and starts laughing. It's a very funny scene that could have probably found a home in the film. Trainwreck. Trainwreck was one of the most hilarious movies of 2015, and everyone knew that Amy Schumer and Bill Hader would be great in their comedic roles. The thing that took some people by surprise, however, was just how funny professional athletes LeBron James and John Cena were in the movie. Cena's best moment definitely came when he was in bed with Schumer and was making ridiculous faces and noises. When the gag reel from Trainwreck surfaced, it showed a lot of hilarious bloopers and outtakes from this scene. that showed Cena making mistakes and Schumer barking at him. The scene in the movie is already ridiculous, and we think they could have left in some of these bloopers for extra laughs. When it comes to movies, the more John Cena, the better. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's no secret that a lot of Star Wars fans were confused and worried when it was released that comedian Adam Driver would be playing the big bad Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens, but in the end, the actor did a great job in the role. As expected, that didn't happen without a few hilarious outtakes and gag moments on set, and some of them are pretty hilarious. The most ridiculous blooper comes when Driver decides to reference Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones in the middle of his first encounter with Oscar Isaac's character. The best part about this blooper is Driver's ability to not break character even when he's spewing out some ridiculous nonsense. Ah, the benefits of having a trained comedian. So there's our list of 10 hilarious movie bloopers that should have made the final cut. Are there any other movie bloopers that make you laugh? Were you surprised by any of the ones on this list? Let us know in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one.